Hello everyone and welcome. This is Dawn. I'm here with another video for you. I'll be using the Whimsy stamp Slimline Dainty Daisy background stamp to do some heat embossing with alcohol inks. So let's get started. First I'm going to take an 8x10 piece of heavy duty Yupo paper. This paper is plastic, which allows the alcohol ink to move around on the paper. I will be using the alcohol blending solution, some alcohol, and the alcohol air blower. I start by putting the alcohol blending solution on the Yupo paper because I want to use the silver mixative, and I find that it works better when I put the alcohol blending solution first. Make sure you shake all the colors really well, especially the silver mixative. I put some pool, sailboat blue, and pistachio colors randomly on the paper, and then I use the air blower to blow it all around the paper. I keep adding the colors and blending solution and keep moving it all around the paper until I'm happy with the way it looks. You can use the alcohol instead of the blending solution if you want to. I usually wait for it to air dry, but I was in a hurry today, so I used my heat tool to dry it a little. Next, I want to heat emboss with my Slimline background stamp, so I cut the paper in half. I use my embossing powder bag on my Yupo paper, and then I ink up my stamp really good with Versamark ink. I lay my paper on top of the stamp and I press down really good to make sure I get a good impression. If you have something with a flat surface to rub over it, you can use that too. I'm using a screen cleaner I had in my house. Lift it up very carefully. And now I cover the Yupo paper with white embossing powder. And then when my heat tool is good and hot, I heat emboss the paper. Make sure to not stay in one spot too long or the paper will melt. Then I use the Whimsy Stamps connected heart frame to cut out the Yupo paper. I'm only using the inside of the heart, so I'll save the frame and the extra Yupo paper for future projects. I also cut out 3 more heart frames from white cardstock. Then I used the Whimsy Stamps Lattice die to make a die impression on the white cardstock. I just put my Spellbinder rubber mat on my cutting plate and I placed the die on the cardstock and then another cutting plate over the top of it, and then I'll run it through my Gemini Junior. As you can see, it makes a nice impression. And then I glue the 3 heart frames together. I trimmed the lattice background down to 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Then I glued a piece of craft foam to the back of the lattice paper, and then I glued that to an A2 size piece of cardstock. I glue the heart frame to the front of the card, and I glue the Yupo paper heart inside of the heart frame. I used the Whimsy Stamps Thanks die with shadow. I cut the word thanks out in white cardstock and the shadow from black cardstock, and I glued them together. I stamped some flowers from the FaDoodle stamp set with black ink, and then I cut them out using my brother's Scan and Cut. I put foam tape on the back of the flowers and the word thanks, and I adhered them to the front of the card. I glued navy blue gems in the middle of the flowers to give them some sparkle. And that will complete my card for today. I want to thank you for joining me on the Whimsy Stamps YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe to the Whimsy Stamps channel and their other social media platforms so you don't miss out on any upcoming releases and great videos. Also, check out their website for more great products. Thanks and have yourself a wonderful day.